Hello guys, Kimishiter here, bringing you another Elden Ring build, and this one going to be a face build that focuses on the amazing Godslayer incantations. I could not think of a better time to make this build, thanks to the recent buffs in patch 1.04, not only to our incantations, but also to our melee weapons for this build. Most of this build incantations and weapons have a unique characteristic of dealing percentage-based damage, making this build a lot more viable for those of you who enjoy playing the game with your friends, or anyone ready to venture into the new Game Plus mode, due to the increase to enemies' maximum HP in both cases. It is worth mentioning that you can obtain most of these build weapons and incantations very early in the game. Because of that, I'll try to offer simple guidance on how you should develop your character from scratch. Before we start, I want to thank you guys for your incredible support. Please don't hesitate to share your feedback and ideas on how can I improve any of my builds or my content in general. Without any further delay, let's jump right in. Since we are only using Godslayer incantations in our build, we are going to use the Godslayer seal to cast them. Besides being easily one of the best pure phase seals in the entire game, it also increases the potency of the Godslayer incantations by 10%. It is also worth mentioning that equipping 2 seals will stack up, further increasing the potency of your offensive incantations. I'd like to point out that the Godslayer seal does not enhance the Black Flame's protection, even though it is a Godslayer incantation. The first incantation we have in our build is the Black Flame. You throw a ball of raging black fire that deals a great amount of fire damage. You can charge the Black Flame, increasing its damage and causing an explosion on the impact that can potentially hit multiple enemies close to your target. After dealing its initial damage, the Black Flame will continue to deal damage over time to your target based on their maximum HP. It has a great range, low FP cost, and you can fit it in any scenario and you will never go wrong. It is exceptionally good against bosses with a large health pool. In patch 1.04, they increase its damage and allow the Black Flame to break the enemy's guard more easily. You can obtain the Black Flame incantation as well as the Godslayer's seal fairly early in the game after reaching the Stormveil castle. From the Rampart Tower Grace location, jump the gap to land on the next building's rooftop, continue way down and enter the cellar. Make sure to clear the rats roaming down there and use a stone sword key to remove the barrier. Inside the room, there are 2 chests containing the seal as well as the Godskin prayer book. Turn the prayer book to Miriel, Pastor of Vows at the Church of Vows, to learn both the Black Flame and the Black Flame Blade incantations. The second incantation we are looking at is the Scouring Black Flame. You sweep the area in front of you with a Black Flame, dealing a high amount of fire damage to your enemies while afflicting them with the damage over time effect that keeps taking for more damage, much like the Black Flame incantation. It is important to know that the Black Flame dot cannot be improved by incantation scaling. It's an excellent tool in your kit to deal with multiple enemies around you with ease. Scouring Black Flame received multiple positive changes in patch 1.04, decreased FP cost and recovery time, as well as increased attack range and area of effect. You can obtain both the Scouring Black Flame and the Godskin Peeler, one of the best twin blade in the game, after defeating the Godskin Apostle, located north of the Altus Plateau region in the Windmill Village over here on the map. The last damage dealing incantation we have in our build is the Black Flame Ritual. You summon a circle of Black Flame pillars around your character, which you can charge up to increase its radius. Besides inflicting constant damage to any enemy it touches that can accumulate to a huge amount of fire damage over the spell duration, it seems almost impossible for normal-sized enemies to cross the Black Flame Ritual to reach you, giving you enough room to cast any other incantation or Ashes of War to quickly finish them off. It is exceptionally good against large enemies where you can place one Black Flame circle over another, rapidly burning their HP off and potentially breaking their stance, leaving them open for more damage. In patch 1.04, it received reduced FP cost and increased damage. To obtain the Black Flame Ritual incantation, make your way to the Spirit Caller cave over here on the map. Progress until you reach the boss room. Defeat both Godskin Noble summons to reveal the Spirit Caller's nail. Defeat it to obtain the incantation, as well as the Godskin Swaddling Cloth Talisman. There are two incantations very much related to our build, but after careful consideration, I decided not to include them. The first one is the Black Flame Blade. It will enchant your weapon with the Black Flame, dealing fire damage while applying the damage over time effect. Even though you can almost instantly apply the buff on your weapon, it only lasts 7 seconds. It felt cumbersome to constantly apply the Black Flame Blade buff multiple times, even for a small fight. The second one is the Noble Presence. You produce a shockwave that deals fire damage and knock back any nearby enemies. You can charge it to increase its damage and send any human-sized enemy or boss flying in the air. Some enemies can be stun locked over and over with this incantation, making them completely helpless. It also inflicts the damage over time effect unique to this build. Although I did not include it because of its short range and long cast time, I advise that you try it and decide for yourself if you want to include it in the build. You can use the Godskin Noble Robe to increase its potency by 20%. I chose the Godskin Peeler as well as the Godslayer's Greatsword as melee weapon options for this build. The Godskin Peeler comes with the Black Flame Tornado Ashe-4. When it charged, it summons a tornado of black flame that deals a great amount of fire damage to any enemy caught inside. Then you proceed to plunge your weapon into the ground, summoning a final raging vortex that sends the enemies around you flying. It has decent range, hyper armor, and can melt large health pools enemies rather quickly. Sadly, you cannot change the affinity of the weapon to flame art to make it scales properly with face until you obtain the Ashe-4 itself from the Godskin Duo boss in Crumbling Farm Azula. Until then, you can use the Godslayer's Greatsword. This colossal sword easily became one of my favorite weapons in the entire game during the limited time I spent testing this build. It has great damage, a fast moveset. Unlike most colossal swords in the game, it got a lot better as of patch 1.04. However, I was quite taken by its incredible Ashe-4, the Queen's Black Flame. It has insanely good damage and can debuff your target with the Black Flame Dart. I was always left surprised by how much hyper armor this Ashe-4 gives, and the amount of stagger it inflicts. You will break most enemies' stances in 1 or 2 casts. The only downside is that it's somewhat slow, so you might find it hard to land on fast moving targets. Since you can get most of the items and incantations for this build very early in the game, I would like to offer you a progression path on how to develop this build from scratch. My class here is the Vagabond, but you can also run this as a Confessor. From early to mid-game, I recommend that you use Radagon's Sword Seal to easily meet the requirements for our melee weapons while focusing most of your points on the face attribute. At level 50, you should have 20 Vigor, 18 Mind, 13 Endurance, 15 Strength, 17 Dexterity, and 30 Face. At level 100, I will push my Vigor and Face to 40 and 60 respectively. At that point, I will work on removing the Radagon's Sword Seal. These are our stats at level 125, and these are our stats at level 150. Nothing I listed here is set in stone, so change the stats around to meet your own needs. You will also have to adjust endurance to your gear of choice. I was using the Black Flame Monk set and the Knight Greaves. You can get this one as well as the Godslayer's Greatsword from the Divine Tower of Caelid. Our talismans are the Fire Scorpion Charm for extra 12% fire damage, Flux Canvas Talisman for 8% increased damage on our offensive incantations, Godfrey Icon to increase the damage of charged spells and skills by 15%, like the Black Flame, Scouring Black Flame, and Black Flame Ritual. For the last slot, I recommend Shard of Alexander, but you can also use the Sword Ritual Talisman for more damage overall while your HP is full, or the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman for a better defense. For the Wondrous Physic Flask, use the Flame Shrouding Crack tier for plus 20% fire damage for our incantations, as well as our weapons Ashes 4. For the second tier, I recommend the Stone Barb Crack tier to break the enemy's stance much easier. We are also using a couple of incantations to further improve our build. Golden Vow for a plus 15% damage increase, while providing a plus 10% damage reduction in PvE. Howl of Shabriri provides plus 25% extra damage, but comes with plus 30% increased damage taken from all sources penalty. Flame grant me strength for plus 20% physical and fire damage. You can also use Black Flame's protection to increase physical damage negation by 35%, but it will reduce all healing by 20%. It's important to know that Howl of Shabriri, Flame grant me strength, and Black Flame's protection do not stack. So if you are looking to get the most damage, use Howl of Shabriri. However, I would recommend either Flame grant me strength to increase your damage without compromising your defense, or Black Flame's protection for much better damage negation. It goes without saying that every build has its limitation, so if you are having difficult time overcoming a certain fight with this build, you can check my channel for other builds. In the end, I want to thank you guys for your amazing support. If you have any questions regarding this build, or more ideas to further improve this build or my content in general, please let me know. Thanks for watching and have a great day.